Hi, I'm the Canadian cooking in the USA, and in 2 weeks from now, Las Vegas is hosting the Super Bowl 58. So I'm here trying to get you ready for the game. If you have a thought wondering what to do with potatoes, boy, do I have an idea. Stick with me and I'll show you how you can turn a potato into a loaded sandwich stuffed with yummy cheese and surprises. Okay, so if you watched my last video, we made Canadian ketchup chips, and this is all that's left. So I'm going to be baking more potatoes later on today and making another batch of these. So if you missed that, maybe you might want to review what I did earlier. Today, we are going to, once again, use these. Oh, I attached it. One moment. Okay, I'm back. This is an apple peeler slicer core, and you don't have to use it just for apples. You can put potatoes on here, cut them nice and thin. They cook evenly at the same rate, same temperature. They can break apart. You can put them in an air fryer. You can do so many things with a potato, but slicing it, peeling it takes the most time. So I'd like to introduce this to you if you haven't already thought about it or tried it. I do hope I can inspire you at least to start thinking about making your kitchen experience with potatoes more interesting and creative. So, in a moment, I'm going to saute in a little saucepan some garlic butter. Now, you can add to that anything you want. That's just going to prepare the potatoes when they go into the oven. It's when they come out of the oven that's going to make the best surprise. If a guest hasn't ever seen one of these, they'll go, wow, that's the most amazing thing I ever did see. They'll look like little potato sandwiches, and then you can drizzle them with like a sauce or a dip into a little pattern of a football lacing on it if you want. The options are endless. So stick with me. And this is just one feature I'm going to be doing and sharing with you. Aren't you lucky? So, as always with a potato, you want to be sure you scrub and wash them very well. Make sure there aren't any bruises and little things that you might need to cut out. Or if you miss any after it goes through the apple peeler slicer core, I should rename this. I'm going to call this my peeler. My miracle potato peeler slicer core, because really I use this more for potatoes than I do for apples. I was saying, make certain that your potatoes don't have any blemishes on it afterwards. And once you slice them, put them into a nice bowl of cold water so they chill and they don't brown in terms of decolorizing, because you want a nice potato before you pop it into the oven. And a little splash of lemon juice will also help. All right, I'm going to run these through. If you've seen me do this before, I'll just speed it up. Now they're icing. So to my little saucepan, I'm going to melt about 4 tablespoons. For the amount of potatoes that I have here, that should be ample, just to coat them through with a little brush after. So you might have to consider how much you need. And once the butter is melted, I'm going to add some garlic and then just get it nice and flavor and savory. You can always add whatever you want and additional seasonings at this point, but it's a good start. There it is. Yum. There's our garlic butter. We're going to brush the potatoes next. So just quickly, this is how I dry and remove as much of that cold water off of them. They will crisp up that much better in the oven. So just give them a little roll, dry them off, each one, and then we're going to lay them flat on some parchment paper. Now, one thing you can do is you can alternatively put your whole potato after you've got them out and compressed again. You can pop one whole one in your saucepan, take it out, and then once it's back on the tray, you can they'll open up on their own, just like you see here, and all that good butter is going to drizzle inside. I'm just going to do that to all of them right now. All right, and any of that leftover garlic or whatever might remain in your saucepan, now's the time where you can really apply it. I'm going to hold back and save those taters for another recipe a little bit later. These are going to be baked a little differently with different seasonings and a sauce. So I'm just going to set those aside. I'm going to put those in the refrigerator next. Okay, yum. Put the garlic on these really well. Okay. So you can see what they're going to look like before they go in the oven. I've preheated it. It's at 350 degrees, and I'm anticipating these were going to be in there for about 30 minutes. I'm going to keep my eye on them, but these should be ready in approximately 30 minutes. Now, don't those look delicious? You can do so much with that now. You can dish them up, or I'm going to wait for these to cool and I'll do something and turn these into a sandwich. Now, for my next most amazing feat, I'm going to stuff our just finished little potatoes. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to use little slices of pepperoni, and I'm going to wrap them in slices of cheddar cheese. How American is that? So we're going to make little pepperoni sandwiches from our spuds. Isn't that a nice idea? I'll show you how I'm going to do that next. Now you can stuff your little potatoes with anything you want on the inside. You can fill it with cream cheese and leave it overnight. You can slice or maybe even get some ham slices and roll them up and put them in here with a little bit of another seasoning. I'm going to use pepperoni slices because that's hot and it's favorite amongst party goers. And I'm going to use some cheese, roll the cheese with the pepperoni and insert it on the inside. And I'm going to do that for all of them. Then I'm going to put these and keep them in the refrigerator. Then when the guests come over, all I have to do is put them in the microwave just to warm up the cheese and the pepperoni, and they are so delish. I'll be right back. See, here's the first one. Just slice up some cheese, roll up your little pepperoni in there, and stuff it down the hole. Sometimes you might need a long, slender little item. That's how I managed this one in. I'll just carry on and get the rest of these done. Yum. Just lay a little slice of cheese on here. Just cut it slice, lay it on, and then it's so much easier to pull it through and then stuff your pepperoni in. Just saying. There. There's a cheese in there. Here, I'll do another one. Okay, so you loop your potato on. Put a little cheese on your stick and pull it through. Just like that, see? See, I got my cheese in there now. And all I have to do is stuff the little pepperoni down in the end. See, isn't that a good idea? Okay, I'll do another one. So now all that's left is stuffing these in. And there we have it. Stuffed potatoes with cheese, Hasselbach style, but without the hassle, ha ha ha, and little poutine tots. And there you have it. Well, thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. If you like my show so far and you've been following me along, maybe consider subscribing. Maybe share. Maybe put a suggestion in the comment below what you like most and maybe what you're going to try next. I do hope you try something like this. There's 10 days until the Super Bowl. You still have time to make something really special. Until then, take care. Good luck. Au revoir. Mmm.